Aloha, I'm Elena Hugh. Welcome to another edition of PTC TV, brought to you by PTC'14 Platinum sponsor, Equinix. This is the second of 5 programs specially created for PTC'14. If you missed the first program, you can watch it online after the conference by visiting the PTC'14 website at ptc.org/PTC'14.
Aloha, I'm Sharon Nakama. I hope you're enjoying your time in Honolulu and at PTC'14. This year's theme is New Worlds, New Strategies. We hope that PTC'14's program will prepare you for the challenges ahead in the new year. Backed by popular demand, we're featuring 8 Executive Insight Roundtables. These roundtables accomplish a high level of interaction with senior industry leaders and take place on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Arrive early so you don't miss out on the discussions. 2 handy resources are also back this year: the mobile app and the digital kiosk located throughout the hotel. Both will give you up-to-date conference information. Have a great day. I'll see you again tomorrow. Aloha.
Mobile traffic has had some interesting impacts to the mobile ecosystem. First and foremost would be mobile network operators. For the longest time, mobile networks tended to be a single application network, and that was voice. This is very similar to the behavior we saw 14 years ago when public ISPs came together in our facilities in order to peer and localize the exchange of traffic with one another in order to make sure that the internet delivered a positive experience. We're now seeing the same thing from the mobile network operators. There's some interesting secondary effects to other members of the mobile ecosystem for very similar reasons. A good example would be social media platforms and advertising platforms that tend to co-locate next to one another in order to serve content as efficiently and quickly as possible. Another good example would be handset OEMs, who will tend to proxy things such as email and other types of popular content in order to make sure the end user has a positive experience.
Hi, I'm Joe Weinman. We're here at the 36th annual PTC in lovely Waikiki, and I'm here interviewing Darren Webb, the COO of Telstra Global. Darren, tell me a little bit about what Telstra Global does.
Thanks very much, Joe. Telstra Global is the international division of the Australian telco Telstra, and we focus on all of the offshore non-Australian operations for Telstra. So we build out networks, we build out data centres, we build out cloud capabilities, and then we're deploying as-a-service capabilities out of our cloud infrastructure. Right around the globe, mainly focused in the Asian region though.
So as far as strategic priorities for the next 3 years, what are you focused on?
We're really focused on 2 big things. We're focused on differentiating ourselves from a customer experience perspective. Firstly, we believe that we need to be, as a challenger in the market, we need to differentiate ourselves from other telcos and other IT services companies that are deploying these types of services. And we believe by focusing on customer advocacy and customer experience and being somewhat unique in the way that we serve our customers is the first of our priorities. The second of our priorities then is focusing on the solutions and the offers that we take to market. Really looking for unique ways to create capability that really our customers want to consume that is somewhat different to what other big players in the marketplace provide. So really differentiation and customer advocacy and experience, 2 key.
So is this something that Telstra Global can do by itself, or are you looking for partners?
Yeah, so look, partnerships are absolutely crucial for us. Not only continuing to build out our partnerships at the network layer, which we are looking to continue to do right around the globe, because Telstra can't do everything at the network layer itself. So we continue to do that. We're looking to continue to build out our data center partnerships and the services that we can deploy out of our cloud infrastructure. So we're looking for key SI partners. We're looking to continue to work with IT services companies. We're looking to work with people that are able to create some unique differentiation for us.
And is that just for Australian companies that are looking to go global and have a global footprint? So Telstra would be their trusted partner, or are you serving anyone multinational or local?
Yeah, look, Telstra Global needs to be relevant for our Australian MNCs that want to go out of Australia, firstly. If we're not relevant for those Australian MNCs, then we're really not relevant for other geographies. Second segment, though, for us is the intra-Asia segment. So we've got most of our own investments in Asia, so relevance there. And then thirdly, relevance for people right around the globe who are wanting to come back into Asia or into the Asia Pacific region. So three main segments serving both the multinationals as well as, of course, our other carrier partnerships.
So any major customers or partners that you've been working on and have already announced, but maybe the people listening to this aren't familiar with, that you'd like to share?
Sure. So we announced just before Christmas time that Jetstar, which is an Australian airline affiliated with the Qantas Group, was our first network applications and services deal outside of Australia. So that was a marquee customer for us. And we're just about to announce some fairly significant non-Australian customers as well, that we're offering these cloud-based and managed network based services to.
So what kind of application or solution would you say is really your sweet spot that maybe one of those customers exemplifies?
Sure. Look, we're continuing to focus on things that are very close to the core of what a telco is. So where we can build intelligence into our networks, or we can build intelligence into our data centers and offer those things as a service, then that's really what our sweet spot is today. So unified communication services, security services, cloud-based services, managed network services are all sort of the really core sweet spot for today. Progressively, though, we're looking to deploy industry vertical solutions that pick up some of those competences and capabilities, package them with pure telco services, and bring in some of those partnerships that I talked about earlier to create some unique offers into the market.
And you're looking for partners on a continual basis?
Yeah, certainly are. Yeah, it's an important part of our strategy. We've certainly got some big marquee company-wide partners today. So we're continuing to leverage those for these types of services that I'm talking about. But we're always on the lookout for people that want to and believe in that type of strategy that I described earlier of differentiating through the customer and differentiating our offers.
Okay. Well, if you're watching this and you'd like to be a partner of Telstra or a customer, there you have it. Darren Webb from Telstra. Thank you so much. Really appreciate your time.
Wonderful. Thank you very much, Joe.
Thanks.
Would you like a quick and easy way to keep track of the conference program and schedule? Download the PTC mobile app and favorite the sessions you'd like to attend. Learn more about PTC'14 sponsors and find out where meeting suites are located. You can do all of this and more. Visit crowd.c/s/1BFQ on your mobile device, or search for PTC Conference in the App Store or Pacific Telecommunications Council in Google Play. PTC'14 is made possible in part by the generosity of the PTC'14 sponsors. Mahalo to PTC'14 Diamond sponsor, Tata Communications. Thank you for all of your support. We hope you enjoyed Sunday's workshops, roundtables, industry briefings, and the opening reception. The fantastic sessions continue on Monday, starting with the keynotes at 8:30 a.m. After the keynotes, get ready to participate in the Executive Insight Roundtables. The Executive Insight Roundtables give you the opportunity to be a part of the session by asking questions and interacting with subject matter experts.
When we connect the dots, It's not just a line that we draw. It's your information that is shared. It's your business that gathers stride. It's your dreams that take wings. It's your hope to connect with a better future. It's your satisfaction of connecting with your loved ones. It's the joy of discovering new things. The joy of connecting with new people. It's the pleasure of bringing together people and smiles. Because when you connect with an organization that offers you unparalleled diversity, flexibility, reach, and scale, to offer you an unmatched experience, you collaborate with the organization that is recognized as partner of choice for its stronghold in the emerging markets. That enables you to achieve success at every level. You don't connect the dots. You connect with the world.
Hi there, I'm Tim Strong from the company Telegeography, and I'm here with Mark DeCock from Trident. Mark, this time last year at PTC 2013, I had never heard of Trident. What is Trident and where did you come from?
Yes, first of all, aloha. I think one of our key strengths is our speed. We've really only been in existence for the last 7 months or so. Trident is a $400 million cable system that's being built from Perth via Jakarta to Singapore, but it also has a terrestrial leg from the resource area of Western Australia called the Northwest Shelf down to Perth to provide a resilient ring for the resource industry. That's oil and gas and mining.
How did you come up with the name Trident?
Trident, yes, interesting. I mean, first of all, 3 countries, Australia, Indonesia, and Singapore, but also because we're covering an international leg, a domestic leg, and also building data center facilities for the resource industry. So 3 industries, 3 countries, okay. 1 system.
So up in Northwest Australia, there are these different verticals, oil and gas and mining. How do they currently get their connectivity?
Right, well, they have pretty limited connectivity up there right now. It's about 1,100 kilometers from the nearest major city in Australia. There's a single fiber provider which has 13-year-old fiber. And it's very limited in terms of its upgradability, scalability, and resilience. That area of the world produces about 60% of the world's iron ore. And also there are some $80 billion worth of projects being built in that area for liquefied natural gas and further iron ore expansion. So that area of Australia produces about $100 billion worth of revenue per annum, and they're very, very underserviced in terms of backhaul communications.
So how do they communicate with the rest of the world?
As I said, they've got 13-year-old fiber. There's a bit of a smattering of fiber over there, and then they have satellite as backup. Now, as you can understand, if you're having a very sophisticated, highly technological operation, having to rely on satellite with its latency and limitations is limited, and having a single provider of fiber over there also has its ensuing risks. Right now, you have the preposterous situation where you have a company that's producing, say, $4 or $5 billion worth of resources. That is limited in its communication. And for instance, they get the data gathering of the seismological data, they store it on hard drives, and they physically truck it back down to a city, which is like, something from the 50s or the 60s.
It's hard to imagine as a consumer who is addicted to the internet. Right. I can't imagine how that they can put up with that kind of limitation. Now, you're not only going to be serving these industry verticals, but you'll be providing service to carriers. Now,
Absolutely.
I know that for many years, companies have been trying to develop a new cable that would connect the west side of Australia up to Southeast Asia. Yep. I believe there's only one existent cable, CME 3, and that was laid in 1999, if I recall correctly, with fairly limited capacity. What's taken so long?
Well, you're right that there are people that have looked at building a cable on that route. The business case is pretty strong. Australia's international internet demand has been growing by about 50% compound annual growth for the last 10 years. It's projected by our own organisation, I believe, to continue at about 38% for at least the next 5 years. So the business case is strong, but the thing that's hindered most people is getting the Indonesian government approvals. So the cable from Perth to Singapore has to traverse Indonesian territorial waters. And for that, you need to get governmental approvals and permits to be able to lay the cable and to land the cable in Indonesia.
I'm sorry. So how's your company any different from the others that have been trying to do this?
Right, and that's one of our key competitive advantages, is that we've done a deal with the Matrix cable system. The Matrix cable system runs from Jakarta to Singapore. It's got 4 fibre pairs. It's been operational since 2008, and we've done a deal with Matrix where we acquire 2 of their fibre pairs, which are virtually dormant at this point in time, and connected from a branching unit, a pre-existing branching unit, off the coast of Jakarta down to Australia. This means that we've got our Singaporean facilities, our Indonesian facilities, and a large portion of the cable already in place, with the Indonesian permits and licenses that come with that already in place.
And when do you hope to go live?
We're looking for a Q3 2015 RFS on the international leg, and the domestic leg will be 6 months before that.
And critical question that everyone at these kind of events ask, what's the status of your funding to do all this great stuff?
Right. So we've got an agreement signed with the Beijing Construction and Engineering Group for 80% debt funding of the project. And so there's 20% of the equity that we have to still raise. Some of that equity will come from the Matrix organization, who will buy capacity on our system in turn for the contribution of funds. And our current investors will follow on in the equity round once we get sufficient pre-sales in place to get the funding released from the bank.
Well, Mark, it's been great meeting you. Thank you.
My pleasure. Thank you.
A very special mahalo to the 2014 PTC Board of Governors for their year-round leadership and support. PTC'14 is made possible in part by the generosity of the PTC'14 sponsors. Mahalo to each of the PTC'14 Platinum sponsors. Thank you for all of your support. Visit the PTC Pavilion and meet with the PTC'14 exhibitors to learn about the latest in systems, products, and services. The exhibits are located in the PTC Pavilion in Coral Ballrooms 4 and 5 of the Mid-Pacific Conference Center. In addition to the exhibits, the PTC Pavilion also features meeting cubicles, meeting tables, conference luncheons, and more.
Thank you for joining us at the PTC'14 opening reception. Enjoy the conference.
Join us for the Tuesday evening reception sponsored by PTC'14 Diamond sponsor Tata Communications. All full conference delegates and delegates holding a one-day registration pass for Tuesday are invited to attend the Tuesday evening reception. The reception starts at 6:30 p.m. and will take place at the Super Pool at the Hilton Hawaiian Village Waikiki Beach Resort. A valid badge is required to attend the Tuesday evening reception, so please remember to bring your badge with you. If you would like to bring a guest, please make sure your guest has a guest ticket. Guest tickets will be available for purchase at the door for $85. Are you plugged into social media? Then join the conversation online. Follow PT Council on Twitter and use the PTC'14 hashtag, which is #PTC'14. You can also like Pacific Telecommunications Council on Facebook.
Weekdays are for rising to the challenge. They're the days to take care of business, when possibilities become reality. With CenturyLink as your trusted partner, our visionary cloud infrastructure and global broadband network free you to focus on what matters. With custom communication solutions and responsive, dedicated support, we constantly evolve to meet your needs every day of the week. CenturyLink, your link to what's next.
Looking to pick up your registration badge and materials or register for PTC'14? Visit the PTC'14 registration booth. The registration booth is located in the Coral Lounge on the 6th floor of the Mid-Pacific Conference Center at the Hilton Hawaiian Village Waikiki Beach Resort. The registration booth is open every day starting at 8 a.m. Please remember to bring a valid form of photo identification with you to claim your registration badge and materials. PTC'14 is made possible in part by the generosity of the PTC'14 sponsors. Mahalo to each of the PTC'14 Gold sponsors. Thank you for all of your support. During PTC'14, the PTC Secretariat will be located in C Pearl 3 on the 6th floor of the Mid-Pacific Conference Center at the Hilton Hawaiian Village Waikiki Beach Resort. If you need assistance from a member of the Secretariat, please visit C Pearl 3. Your PTC'14 registration includes wireless internet access at the following locations throughout the Hilton Hawaiian Village Waikiki Beach Resort: Mid-Pacific Conference Center, Kalia Conference Center, Tapa Conference Center, Super Pool, Tapa Pool and Bar, and Starbucks. Wired and wireless internet access is available in all sleeping rooms, up to 4 devices per promotion code. Please note your promotion code will be active for 7 days after login. PTC'14 is made possible in part by the generosity of the PTC'14 sponsors. Mahalo to each of the PTC'14 Silver sponsors. Thank you for all of your support.
The world has never ceased changing. People will never stop dreaming. In a practical, effective, and innovative manner, at a speed surpassing the future, China Telecom will set up more and more milestones in the history of telecom industry. Connecting the world, China Telecom.
The keynotes, executive insight roundtables, and topical sessions continue on Tuesday. And ladies, you're invited to attend the PTC Women's Breakfast, sponsored by Paul Hastings. All full conference delegates and delegates holding a one-day registration pass for Tuesday are then invited to attend the Tuesday evening reception, sponsored by the PTC'14 Diamond sponsor, Tata Communications. Please remember to bring your official PTC'14 badge to be admitted to the event. PTC'14 is made possible in part by the generosity of the PTC'14 sponsors. Mahalo to each of the PTC'14 bronze sponsors. Thank you for all of your support. Thanks for watching PTC TV. Be sure to join us again tomorrow. Until then, aloha. PTC TV is brought to you by PTC'14 Platinum sponsor, Equinix. Mahalo, Equinix. Thank you for sponsoring PTC TV.